Monk, whenever there's a global conflict like the Iran-Israel war, markets become extremely unpredictable. Stocks swing widely, oil prices spike, investors become nervous. But I keep hearing analysts say something interesting. They say the biggest risk for investors is not always obvious. So, what exactly is the biggest risk investors should be paying attention to right now? That's an excellent question because markets are influenced by multiple risks at the same time. Sometimes the biggest danger for investors is not the headline event itself, it's the economic chain reaction that follows. In this video, we will understand what the biggest risk for investors are right now, how geopolitical conflict influence the financial market, and why macroeconomic forces often drive the market volatility. One major risk investors are currently watching is the geopolitical tension. Conflicts can disrupt trade routes, energy supply, and economic stability. Even the possibility of escalation can make the markets nervous. But geopolitical risk alone does not move markets. Energy markets often react strongly during conflicts. When oil prices become volatile, it affects inflation, transport costs, and corporate profitability. And that leads to the next major risk. When energy prices rise sharply, inflation often follows. Higher inflation can influence the central bank policy and interest rate. This can affect the borrowing cost and economic growth. And once interest rates become uncertain, markets can become volatile. Financial markets are influenced not only by the economic data but also by investor sentiment. Fear and uncertainty can lead investors to reduce the risk and move money into safer assets. And this shift in capital flows is what drives many market movements. For investors, understanding these macro risks can provide useful perspective. Markets constantly respond to new information. By understanding the forces influencing the markets, investors can interpret the volatility more clearly. So, when analysts talk about the biggest risk facing markets, they are often referring to the combination of geopolitical events, energy prices, and economic expectation. If you want to understand how global events influence the market and investment, subscribe to the channel because we break down the macro forces that shape financial markets here very clearly.